Hey there, my name is Tim, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play my game Sage Signs. So first, to set up the game, all players will need to choose the suit or color that they wish to represent them. For this game, because I made this video myself, I'm going to be playing both players. And so the first imaginary player will choose the Tower suit, and the second will choose the Lyre suit. There are 4 suits in total. There's Tower, Lyre, Crown, and Wheel. So next thing you want to do is make sure you have 7 secondary seals and 1 final seal at the bottom of your stack, all suit side up. Next, you want to shuffle the signs and virtue decks and place them next to each other as I've already done. Then you're going to pass out the reference cards to all players. They have spell lists and combination lists on them. And finally, you're going to choose the spirit card that you wish to play with during the game. So, the spirit cards, they range from 1 to 4, 1 being the easiest, and 4 being the hardest. For this game, I'm going to be playing with the 2nd difficulty level, but I recommend that players start out at the 1st and progress onward as they learn the rules of the game. Finally, you're going to want to deal out 3 cards to each player. In this case, I just have 2 players, so I'll deal out a total of 6. The goal of each turn is to make combinations of signs on the table, which are displayed on the reference card. Making combinations allows you to play secondary seals, which you must play to play your final seal to win the game. Now, we'll move on to the first turn. You start with 2 actions every turn. You can do one of 2 things with your actions: draw a card from the signs deck, or play a card from your hand. This turn, the red player decided to play 2 cards from their hand, using both of their actions. When the first card is played, it must be played next to the central spirit card. This card has a universal border, which allows you to play any signed card next to it. Other cards have this border as well. Typically though, you must play signed cards next to other signed cards which have the same number, a number 1 higher or lower, or the same suit. Here, the green player has scored a combination of a straight of 4, as you can see here on the card. This allows you to play 1 secondary seal, on and only on that combination. Skipping ahead a bit here, you can see that 2 more combinations have been made and corresponding seals have been placed on them. Now it's red's turn, and they're placing a signed card next to 2 other signed cards. If a signed card is adjacent to 2 or more signed cards, you may place an additional card next to that for no action cost. This way, the red player has only used up 1 action so far, and they can use their second action to draw a card from the deck. Here and in the rulebook, I recommend that you play the base game before you move on to the advanced rules of this section. But if you play a lot of board games or are good with rules, by all means, give the advanced game a try. In this turn, it appears that green has made a 4-of-a-kind combination, and therefore can place 2 seals on top of it. When you place a seal on top of a signed card with the same suit, like green is doing now, you may turn it over to activate a spell slot. Signed cards may be discarded face down onto the spell slot during your turn for no action cost to use the corresponding spell from your spell list. When you place a seal on top of a signed card with the letter V on it, you must draw a virtue card from the virtue deck and read the text aloud. This card is immediately active and affects all players. In this case, the card directs players to pass their entire hand to the person on their right. Virtue cards may be kept by the player who drew them and traded in later for an extra action during a future turn. Red has made a valiant effort to keep up with Green and has put down a fair amount of seals, but it may not be enough to pull off a win, as Green is down to their final seal. This turn, Green can play 2 cards to make a 3-of-a-kind combination. But unfortunately, this will only net them 1 seal, and the Spirit card demands at least 2 seals. This means that they must make a combination of 4-of-a-kind or higher on the reference card. Perhaps with a little help from a spell, they can still win this turn. Here, Green discards a Tower Sign card onto one of their open spell slots to be able to move another number 2 sign card into position to create a 4-of-a-kind combination. This allows them to play their final seal and win the game. Great job, Green! That's it for this video. Hope it's been useful and that you enjoy playing Sage Signs.